swear to God, I hope you blow it. Hey, I'm on some trash bag. Hit him twice, he mad, man. They don't call the party, went to shake and call him mad, man. Why this nigga crying on my phone? Talking about I had that, yeah, I had that. Money made these bitches crash fast. Yeah, I saved you. I turned today into ass. But who played you? I've been the same way since high school. I never liked school though. Mom finally rich, I never wanted about school again. Whole world know me now. Girl, I'm still faking hooligan. Relapsed off the drink a second time, I'm gonna be rude again. I'm still missing screw, and I think I'm still missing you. Think it's just my mind, probably. I can't read the room. Think it's just my mind, probably. I'm still needing you. I don't got no time. Besides the time I gave you. We said it's since middle school, baby. You've been the same, yo. My job that I probably won't go back to school. Richer than my coach, principal, teachers too. I can probably buy the school, rent it out for all my goons. Into then I'll make it tunes, $1 million calls on Zoom. Remember walking to the store, I tell my driver to the room. I know sometimes I just cool. That's just the way that life moves.
That's just the way that life moves. Hey, you gotta get it up. Turn up, chat. Where y'all at? You know, I ain't been there live in a little minute.
He's tone.
Hey, mom finally rich, I never wanted about school again. Whole world know me now, but girl, I'm still faking hooligan. Relapsed off the drink a second time, I'm gonna be rude again. I'm still missing screw, like how the hell I got my ball in. Why you lucky wrong, yeah? No, I love my fans, I swear to God, I hope you blow it. Hey, I'm on some trash bag. Hit him twice, he mad, man. They don't call the party, went to shake and call him mad, man. Why this nigga crying on my phone? Talking about I had that, yeah, I had that. Money made these bitches
get it.
fast. Yeah, I saved you. I turned today into ass. But who played you? I've been the same way since high school. I never liked school though.
Let's go.
Rich, I never wanted about school again. Whole world know me now, but girl, I'm still faking hooligan. Relapsed off the drink a second time, I'm gonna be rude again. I'm still missing screw, and I think I'm still missing
Y'all on,
you.
gang.
Think it's just my
Welcome
mind,
to the
probably.
chat
I can't read the room. Think it's just my mind, probably. I'm still needing you. I don't got no time. Besides the time I gave you. We said it's since middle school, baby. You've been the same, yo. My job
2 for
that I
Tuesday,
probably
double up, let's
won't
get
go
it.
back to school. Richer than my coach, principal, teachers too. I can probably buy the school, rent it out for all my goons. Into then I'll make it to
Y'all be letting the market get to you, bruh. Don't let that. Nothing.
I know sometimes I just cool. That's just the way that life moves.
Let's get it. Bro, who is calling me this early? God damn, bro. You calling me early? You done for? Alright, let's get into this video here. Alright, chat, what's the word, man? How y'all doing today? I got people calling me early in the freaking morning, man. Alright, we gotta talk about a few things inside the market. I guess everybody wants to know, Millie, is this the beginning of the bear market, or is this the beginning of a bear, or is it just a bear trap, right? I know a lot of people been really trying to figure that whole thing out, and you know what I mean? It really just, I said this inside the Patreon. I said it really depends on your perspective, right? Your perspective of reality. I think we gotta talk about a few things, because in crypto, and I noticed this inside the comments, I think people tend to make decisions based off other people, right? And in crypto, you will learn very freaking quick. You need to make the best decision based off your financial situation. So you probably seen me in my latest videos talking about understanding where you entered crypto and understanding when you should exit crypto as far as taking profits, right? And of course, a crypto person like myself will always have skin in the game, right? Even if I take profits, I'm some way going to be involved in cryptocurrency, right? But the problem is, this is the issue. And I see that this issue is very rampant inside the cryptocurrency place. We got a lot of different, different folks, different stuff. We got a lot of different, people in cryptocurrency from all over the world, different walks of life. So I want to walk y'all through this. Actually, let's go here to the Bitcoin price. Understand that I do got these color blocking glasses on, so I can't really see the color like I want to see, but you can see that we kind of like created this model here. Now, this is the most important thing, right? a year ago, when I first created this model, it told me first week in October was going to be the top. In hindsight, will we say it's the top? We don't know yet. Nothing is confirmed. The bear market's not confirmed. So don't let nobody get in here and tell you, oh, bear market's confirmed. It's not confirmed yet, right? Do we have signs? Yes, right? Are there concerns? Yes. But I think the major concern, in my opinion, is the liquidity. So let me talk about what I'm actually seeing here. But we got to go back into the backstory. Now, the backstory is, right, there are some people on my channel that was buying crypto when I started buying crypto, right? So let me go back to the backstory, right? I got into really making content in cryptocurrency around 2021 at the heights of the bull market, right? Now, when I first got into cryptocurrency, right, I had no idea that we were at the top. I had no idea that we were at the top, right? Only thing that I was thinking, and actually let's mute this tab here and let's mute these tabs. I don't want to make sounds while I'm cooking. The only thing that I was thinking, chat, was that Bitcoin was going to go to 100K and Dogecoin was going to go to the moon, right? It was going to go to $1, right? I was wrapped up into the propaganda, into the hype, the media hype and the things, right? And I'm telling you guys this because I don't want y'all to make the same mistakes that I made, right? I didn't know, you know what I mean, that once we cross under the 50 week, it for 2 weeks is over and all the jargon that you see, right? Then I want to also say this. Whenever you see somebody talking about something that's consensus, I have learned in this market, and you will learn very fast, that the market does the exact opposite. So here's when I started like buying crypto, right? And everybody said, oh, we're going to bounce. Oh, the dip is over with. Oh, the bull market is about to start. Oh, this, right. Completely ignoring the 4-year cycle, just buying the dip because everybody was trying to say the dip was going to be but guess what? The dip never stopped. Right? And then we got down here to the bottom where I transitioned from my Elon holdings. I had a lot of Elon and bought all AI in gaming, right? And people came inside, pause. Right, people hopped in the chat, hopped in the comments. Oh, Millie, you're spreading fun. Oh, Millie, you sold out on Elon. Woo. And then I made boatloads from here to here with AI, gaming, and meme coins. Very, very simple, right? Now, if I had that pipeline focus and that light that's blinding me, right, and that whole like buy into the community, and no offense to Elon, the token, the community, or nothing, but you guys see where the price of that is, right? I would have been absolutely fucking giga-wrecked if I would have held that, right? So you need to identify when it's time to pivot. All right, so I'm running you through the timeline here. You gotta identify when it's time to pivot, when it's time to enter, when it's time to exit. Right? So, because I was buying crypto all the way down here, Bitcoin 15K, ETH 900 bucks, right? I had a successful cycle all the way up until President Trump got elected. So you got to understand, for me, for my portfolio, me going all in 99% and all of this shit up here is risky as fuck, because I could put myself in the potential position to lose all of my gains if we do enter a bear market. So if you just got into crypto or you bought when Trump became president, you cannot align your goals and your strategy with mine because you didn't buy crypto originally when I bought crypto. I think it's very important for every YouTuber that is talking about cryptocurrency and finance to stress this out to their followers. Understand your timeline and your financial situation. Stop comparing your situation to other freaking YouTubers. Stop doing that. And because retail, that will get you absolutely wrecked, right? Now, I'm going to walk you through this, right? So I said this in the video. I said there was a lot of people that bought into crypto when Trump became president, right? You bought into crypto when Trump became president. Most likely you're either broken even or you're in a L a little bit. And then you got the people that's here, right? That haven't bought crypto, have been speculating, and they're trying to figure out if this is a great time to enter. Now, I want to make this clear, right? Our model has always predicted the first week of October. I personally ignored this, right? Because of my bullish demeanor, right? My bullish demeanor. And I talked about this in the Patreon. If you're in the exclusive content, make sure you check out the Patreon. I talked about this in the Patreon, which is trusting your strategy, trusting what you see, trusting all of the effort that you put into your strategy, learning charting, all of this shit. Trust it. Because when you trust it and you stick to it, more times than not, you come out the end on top. All right. So this is the thing, right? Everybody wants to try to, now we're at the point where everybody wants to try to figure out where the bottom is or if this is the beginning of the bear market. So I'm gonna pretty much give you guys an idea of what I think could happen either way, bullish or bearish. This is a bull case, a bear case, and I don't know. Some people say a base case. I don't really do base case. I do bull or bear, right? Base is kind of like what's happening. That's how I look at it. But all right, so we understand timelines now. So feel free in the comments of this chat to let me know when you got into crypto. That way we can have a better understanding of your personal timeline. And gang, we can talk about it. All right, so now that we are here, right? A lot of people are trying to figure out, is this a bottom? Now, I want to kind of like remove this chart here. This is important because I'm not here to kind of like tell you when the bottom is going to happen, because obviously I don't know. And I don't think really no one knows. But let's talk about what we're seeing that's concerns, and then let's talk about what we're seeing that's a catalyst, because I think that can help out here. Now, the concerns that I'm seeing on this Bitcoin chart, because nothing really happens if Bitcoin doesn't pump, especially in an environment where we're in a liquidity crunch. Now, let's talk about this. And we're also going to talk about how soon we will be out of that liquidity crunch and how not buying cryptocurrency could be very, very risky. So, and then I'll start answering the chat. So bear with me, guys. I want to cook because I ain't go live in a little minute. First and foremost, the first thing that stands out to me, and you ask any person that does charting, I'm not a TA expert, but I study and I do my research and I'm a student to the game. The first thing that jumps out to me on this is the moving averages are trending to the downside. All right, so actually, let's go back up here. What's up? Is it back on the Jasmine guy? Hello, guys. All right, let me get back into what I was doing. I want to make sure people were in the chat and that I was live and that y'all can hear me. I am out of altcoins, just BTC moving forward. Nothing wrong with that. All right, so let's go back into what we were talking about, because there's some important knowledge right here that I've learned and I want to share with you guys. Now, the first thing that I want to say is that the moving averages on BTC are starting to trend to the downside. Doesn't mean that that's a bear market. No, that just means that there could be a momentum change, a trend change, right? Also, if Sunday was today and we close today, this would be the second week that we printed under the 50-week moving average, which is historically bearish. Historically has proved us that that's a trend change. Now, we see that, right? We see these two things and we're asking ourselves, Millie, is this the beginning of the bear market, or is this a local bottom? Now, in the Patreon, I also talked about being able to identify certain things on your indicators that can give you a hint that we are headed into the local bottom. The first thing that jumps out to me is the ultimate RSI Lux algo on the weekly is finally starting to level out, right? And every time we see that it levels out, it kind of signals that it's, that's the local bottom. But we need more information, because this is a weekly chart. We can assume if we go to the daily chart, because sometimes you want to go back a time frame so that you can see what's going on in the lower time frame. But we have yet to even get a confirmation on the daily that the ultimate RSI has found a floor. So again, for me, this tells me that we are still in an area of weakness, which means, hey, maybe crypto can go down a little bit further. Now, that's one thing. I can show you the total cryptocurrency market cap and show you the same thing. I'm not going to make this too long, but I want to give you an example and kind of thoroughly explain it to you guys. So you see here, we got this little bit of stoppage on the ultimate RSI. You're like, okay, that's one step, but I'm not I'm really not sold yet, Millie. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the stock RSI, and you can use other indicators like the MACD and stuff. I like to just keep it simple with the stock RSI. You can see the stock RSI is oversold, but it hasn't yet confirmed bullish momentum, which would mean a cross over that bright line and over 20 on the stock RSI indicator. We're nowhere near that. So this is another sign that we could go lower. And I haven't even said anything about the macro. And you're probably thinking like, Millie, is this bearish? Well, I'm going to get into how this could possibly be bullish. Because remember, what has the market showed us the entire cycle? That it tends to do the exact opposite of the consensus. Hence the reason I personally like to go check out things like Poly Market, right? I'll go to Poly Market and I'll see like, okay, this is a good one. Bitcoin above, Bitcoin's price above 100,000 or 98,000 by the 30th, right? Today is the 25th, and you can see most people are saying no. Most people don't even believe Bitcoin can hit 98,000 or 100,000 by November 30th. And it's truly because everybody is listening to the same thing. If we break the 50 week on the whoop bear market, right? Now, think about what we learned just 3 months ago, right? We all was like, historically, Q4 is bullish. Historically, Q4 is bullish. Historically, Q4 is bullish. Historically, Q4 is bullish. And Q4 has been fucking bearish, chat. Bearish as fuck. So what I am watching is I'm watching the sentiment change and the bearish sentiment becoming a consensus. Now, I'm not going to say that they're not right. I'm not going to say who's right. But what I've paid attention to this entire cycle is that the market does the exact opposite of what the consensus is. It's been like that, right? It's been like that. So this is like hopium, right? I'm like a hopium dealer right now, but I'm just saying, pay attention to that. Now, back to the bear case, right? Because we got to talk about what things that are happening that I'm personally looking at. Now, I'm also looking at I'm looking for a higher low here on the TVL. I need the TVL to start going back up. If the TVL breaks support here at 113 billion, I will pretty much start to get even more concerned. But we don't have that information right now. And we're holding the support here at about 115, right? I think yesterday it was like went up to like 117, 119. So we're holding that support. Okay. Another thing that I'm paying attention is the ETF inflows. So if we just swing over here to the ETF inflows, you can see finally on the weekly, we're getting some ETF inflows. Looks like Ethereum inflows. So people are buying altcoins, but not yet on Bitcoin. And you're still seeing this like de-risking here from institutions. And I talked about this also in the Patreon. I said, hey, well, if MicroStrategy gets liquidated, right? And all of these, and then AI stocks start, maybe let's say AI becomes a bubble and then it starts crashing, right? Well, a lot of these institutions that at first were our friends, guess what? They could have paper hands. And if they have paper hands, right, a lot of the institutions that will still be holding will have to report negative freaking earnings, right? So you got to think about that. They're going to have to report those negative earnings. So what I'm paying attention to is if the institutions are buying or de-risking, because at the end of the day, we're in a liquidity crunch. The Fed is stuck in a rock between a hard place. If it eases, we risk more inflation coming back, right? And then it puts us in the never-ending loop. If they don't do anything, the job market gets crushed and people lose jobs. Prices stay the same. People start buying stuff, right? Retail stops buying, consumers stop buying, and jobs stop hiring and become restrictive with letting people off and things like that. So everything continues to tighten, right? If they don't change. The hopium here is on December 1st, right? Because December 1st, I believe they will end QT. There's going to be a grace period. I expect the market to either chop or dump even more in this grace period. And then we should get a switch, right? Not a switch of easing, not yet, but just mentally, we have an understanding that we're not in QT anymore. So that's a step in the right direction, in my opinion, right? That doesn't mean a whole bunch of liquidity is going to rush into crypto. That just means that we can finally maybe head into an area of expansion. So around December 2nd or December 1st, when they end QT, for the rest of the year in Q1, what I will be paying attention to is this chart here. Let me see if I can pull it up for you guys. Again, make sure that you like and subscribe. Hopefully this is not going over your heads. I'm not talking too fast for you guys. But the chart that I will be paying attention to here is the PMI chart. The PMI chart, right? You can go look at this on TradingView, PMI. Because if we get the end of QT and the PMI starts to ascend, because it's already been ascending, right? But if it starts to ascend above this line here, which is 50, right? 50, okay? This is the bull case, right? So think about it. PMI means the economy is expanding, right? We got the end of QT. We need this to get above 50, right? We got the end of QT. And then sometime in 2026, we'll get stimmies or QE here. And maybe Powell, 90% chance Powell gets replaced. So these are the catalysts that we're looking at, right? We just don't know how long this will trend out, and we just don't know when it's going to happen. But we know that there's a good chance that it may happen, right? So these are three catalysts, right? We get expansion, because historically, anytime we are above 50, and you can see, guys, we haven't been above 50 consistently since 2022. So, and the last time we got close to it was January 2025, right? So, this is when everybody thought the economy was going to boom. Trump became president. Ha ha, he, whatever. It fell off the map, right? So we still haven't seen how this market will react once the economy starts expanding again. So we get expansion of the economy, right? More money comes in the economy, makes this PMI, and you already starting to see like printing happening globally, right? Japan, the yen unraveling and things of that sort. Somehow, and I think it was a bad idea for Trump to kind of like say, oh yeah, stimmy's gonna come in 2026, sometime middle of 2026, because now people, it's not even on people's mind. You're like, stimmy's ain't happening, right? But if it does, and I'm not gonna say it is gonna happen, I think it's like a 40% chance it happens. But if it does happen, that's a form of QE, and then Jay Powell gets replaced. So this kind of falls in line with the 4-year cycle. And I want to kind of like go back here, and where is my chart at? Okay, I want to go back here. This kind of falls in line with the 4-year cycle, and what's it called? The narrative of, we get this relief rally for the next couple of months, and then we fall off the map again, and then we get all of the macro shit in our favor. Powell gets replaced, stimmies come in, we found our floor 1 year after the top, assuming October is the top. Now that's just an assumption that October is the top. For the bull case, it's very, very simple, and it can't get more simple than this. The bear case, that's like long drawn out, woo, and it's, based on the 4-year cycle. But the bull case, and feel free to comment and leave your opinion as well in the chat. But the bull case, basically, the fun happens if Bitcoin can get back above 102, which is the 50-week, right? If we can print confirmation candles back above the 50-week, the show goes on. If we can't get back above 50-week, it's a 60-70% chance that this season is over and we're gonna have to wait for season 3 to air. We're gonna have to wait for season 4 to air because it might be fucking over, right? It might be OV. But in hindsight, we got we got more information, we got more knowledge, and guess what? We have an opportunity, right? Because I don't think that if October was the top. Now, hear me out. If October was the top, right? Let's say it was the top. And I don't know if it was the top. I don't care to make a prediction if it was the top, right? Based on history and data, it's telling us to stop. But then there's just some other things that's saying it's not the top. But who gives a fuck? The point is, right? We made, it's not even about money at this point. We picked up so much knowledge, chat. We picked up so much knowledge from here to even if we got to go through one more bear market, we know that we won't lose the next bull market. And here's the catch. Because the attention spans are so different these days, I think that there's a chance that if we do go into this little bearish correction or phase because of the liquidity crunch, I don't think it lasts that long. I don't think it lasts until, a full year, man. I think maybe bull markets become shorter. Bear markets become shorter. You feel me? So it's kind of like this year. And if you think about where we're at this year, it seemed like yesterday we were in December. It seemed like this year, chat, went so fucking fast. And so much happened this year for blockchain, for crypto, for artificial intelligence. So much happened this year for the adoption, for the gateways being open, the doors being open, opportunities being created. So much happened this year in crypto that you can't even really be mad at the cycle. You know what I'm saying? The only way anybody can be mad is if they didn't adjust, right? If you just did what people wanted me to do in 2022, which was just hold this large amount of Elon and hope that it goes up, then yeah, you didn't make any money. You probably pissed as fuck and you just like, fuck crypto. I get it. But if you did adjust to the narrative, rotate into the things that you anticipated could do well because you seen it coming. Like, I mean, anybody could have seen artificial intelligence coming. I mean, everybody was talking about it. Anybody, could have put $1,000 in a meme coin and made 10, 20x if you were part of the meme coin gold rush when Pepe and all of this shit was kind of like all of these little areas where, and this is what I'm saying. What if we were in a fucking matrix where, every time we went up, that was like a little bull market. We correct. That was a little mini bear market, a little bull market, a little correction, a little mini bear market. Oh, we went up again. We did bullish. And then we had like this little mini bearish market here. And then we went up again. And now we got this like little bearish market here. And what if we just go up again? You get what I'm saying? Maybe, who's to say that the cycles aren't shorter? Some people want to say they're longer, but who's to say they're not shorter? Who's to say they're not shorter? So it's just like, the one thing I think everybody can agree with is there's no right or wrong to how this market has been, there's no right or wrong to it, in my opinion. You can't have a right or wrong perspective towards the market because the market has basically defied gravity, right? We did all of this mostly inside a we did this move. This is why this market is so fucking weird and nobody can figure it out because this move happened in QT. Like all of this that you see I can pull up the total crypto card, but I'm using Bitcoin because Bitcoin is kind of like, come on now, if Bitcoin doesn't pump, then we're fucked, right? So all of this happened in QT. Most of all of this happened in QT, guys. Think about that. We haven't really seen how this environment where everybody's buying stable coins, everybody's building something in AI, everybody's integrating blockchain technology. We haven't seen how Bitcoin or altcoins could respond in an environment where the economy is expanding. At least this cycle, we haven't seen it. We've seen a little bit in 2020, You know, let me see, 2020, 2021, we had like the stimulus and all that. But like, we haven't really seen how this crypto shit would, you know, respond with a crypto president and on and off rap, right? Payment rails, pro crypto laws. I can keep going. We haven't seen how this type of market could react once, let me see what I'm looking for. Once we get back above 50 on the PMI. Once we get back above 50 on the PMI, right? Which means economy is expanding, and you know what I mean. We're not always thinking about the recession fear. So we just really haven't seen how the market can react in that type of environment. Now I'm not trying to. This is not no moon boy hope or hopium or nothing. This is just stating what's obvious. All right. Another thing I'm paying attention to here is the VIX. I like usually when the VIX goes down, right, the market starts to move. When the VIX go up, the market starts to dump. So just look for a correction here on the VIX. I'll say this: if the VIX bounces off this moving average here and doesn't break it back down, altcoins and crypto is most likely going to go lower, right? Because whenever the VIX is going up, right, that usually spells trouble and liquidity for risk assets. So just keep that in mind. I know this was a lot, guys, and like I said, most of anything anybody talks on YouTube is like speculation. So of course not financial advice, but we got to start realizing that this market is probably like the weirdest market we've ever seen of all time. Like I even talking to people that been in multiple cycles, and they're like, bro, I never seen nothing like this. Right? I've never seen nothing like this. So, you know, this is what I'm saying. Like there's more concerns than there is catalysts right now, which means there's more uncertainty, which means there's a greater chance that we go lower. Because even me looking at this VIX chart, I'm starting to see the moving averages trend to the upside. And then that's just something you don't want happening on the VIX. That's just something you don't want happening on the VIX if you're holding risk assets. So like, guys, now it comes to the point is to like what I'm personally doing. So what I'm personally doing, I thought you never asked, Millie. Well, Millie, what are you personally fucking doing? I thought you never asked. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. Isn't it fucking obvious that I'm not doing anything? I have skin in the game. I've de-risked. And right now I'm chilling and I'm locked in and I'm preparing for, I don't know what I'm preparing for, to be honest, because I don't know what's about to happen with this market, right? I just know that there's more concerns than catalysts at the time. And that leads me, right, from an emotional stand. When you look at some of this shit and you get emotionally connected, then you might get bearish. But then you think about how throughout the history of this specific cycle, every time the consensus said one thing, the market did absolutely the opposite. So just keep that in mind. All right. We got 21 people in here. I mean, what's up? It's over. Access is over. You change your name. What up, Crypto Homes? Yeah, a lot of people not really, you know, you can look at the views and everything, crypto content. Everybody like, I'm going away for the holidays, Millie. I'll be back January. But what do y'all think? What do y'all think is going to happen? Let me know inside the comments. Hold on, my room. I got to turn on my AC. I'm getting a little hot in here. That light done got me hot, gang. Tell me what y'all think. Salute to my boy Demon Slayer. Do anybody got an opinion, or is everybody out of the market? Damn. Out of the market. Sold everything. You out? Let me know in the comments. I'm just trying to figure out if everybody left, bro. For real, for real. He sounds funny. It's funny. I'm just trying to find out if everybody left because, you know what I'm saying? Like this, seem like crypto did some damage to some people out there. Yeah, man, I'm just chilling, bro. I don't have no, you know what I'm saying? I don't have no regrets or anything. You know, I don't personally think that. So this is the thing. Even if the cycle is over, I think that there's still. So let me actually show y'all what I'm saying, what I'm about to say on the chart. Okay, so this is the thing. Even if you think like, okay, Millie, we're about to go in the bear market, we don't just drop and fall off the map, right? We always got this bounce, right? And I think that this bounce to the retest, regardless if you think that we're gonna be able to break it or not, I just feel like the bounce, there's going to be money to be made, whether it's buying AI coins, whether it's putting in a long, whether it's putting in a short, whether it's buying meme coins. There's going to be some opportunity in crypto on the bounce. So for the people that think that the bear market is about to begin, I think if that happens before it just crashes down to the ground, we'll get one more bounce to the retest, right? And the fun happens when we go for the retest. We're either going to break it and go to retest all-time highs, or we're going to get rejected at the 50-week, and we're going to officially, start the bear market. So that's just what I think is going to happen. But it's important to note that if we do bounce to the 50-week, there's going to be an opportunity to make some money here. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you could buy meme coins, you could buy AI coins, you can trench, you can do longs or short, leverage, whatever. Not financial advice. I'm just saying every time we bounce, there's been opportunity, right? Every time we correct and we had a bounce, regardless of how long the bounce is, something ran, some narrative popped off. What's going to be this time? Will it be privacy? Is it going to be continuation of AI? Is it going to be gaming coming out of the graveyard? Is it going to be, meme coins coming out of the graveyard? Is it going to be CCM coins? Who knows? We'll know once we start to bounce and we'll see where that liquidity goes. But, you know what I mean? If we get rejected at the 50-week on a retest, there's a good chance it's over with. Because the one thing that I've been paying attention to and I've been real quiet about this, is that I'm not really seeing a lot of people hopping on buying the dip. And the reason why everybody's not hopping on buying the dip is because everyone's listening to the 4-year cycle now. Like everybody fucking ignored the 4-year cycle, right? We all ignored the 4-year cycle, right? We ignored it like, oh, now we're going to keep going up. We ignored the Q4 is going to bullish. We ignored the 4-year cycle, right? And now everybody's, oh, the 4-year cycle is still intact. The 4-year cycle is still intact. We just printed a fifth candle under the 50-week. Whoop de whoop. Now everybody's saying the 4-year cycle is intact. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm not saying that, you should do this, but what I plan on doing is I plan on having a hedge against everybody betting that it's over. So if I play devil's advocate, right, I can bet that it isn't over. Wait till we get to rejection. Any signs that tells me we can get rejected, short the market here and make money all the way down in the bear market, right? Like that, ideally, you know what I mean? We got to start being real, right? We got to be like, okay, yeah, we can make money always buying spot and being bullish, but you can also make money being bearish. And again, I'm not a bear. I'm not here trying to be a bear, but I'm telling you, if we get rejected off at this 50-week, it could get ugly. Because we're already looking down the barrel of 2 weeks under the 50-week. So if we get rejected on the retest, pending we go for the retest, again, none of this is etched in stone, but pending we go in the retest, because we're looking at history, if we get rejected here, it's going to spell trouble because everybody's going to think that it's over, and it could create a cascade of selling pressure. But here's the catch, and I don't think a lot of people are paying attention to this. If we do get rejected at the 50-week, right, and all of the catalysts we talk about come in, we could have just a very short bear market. We could have a bear market until the liquidity from QE starts to hit, and then this shit just blows up out of here because everybody is in bed with crypto right now. Wall Street is in bed with crypto. Institutions are in bed with crypto. Countries are in bed with crypto. A whole damn country. El Salvador, all these guys. China is opening back up the doors to mining Bitcoin. So like everybody's in bed with crypto. So it's hard to imagine that this shit just fails from here and it just becomes this huge dud and we just go in the bear market after we got the so much institutional interest, right? You get what I'm saying? So I just look at this shit like 50-50, bro. It ain't no answer to this. No one can give you an answer to this. Because right now the market has defied odds. We've done so well in QT. That's fucking crazy, right? We've done so well in QT. To just imagine finally we're coming to the end of QT and the cycle ends with QT. That shit don't even fucking make sense. Gang, that don't even make sense. That don't even make sense. But I like I said, not gonna come up here and whine and cry as if I didn't, as if I didn't do well in this cycle. I wouldn't take this cycle back for nothing. In fact, I could have made even more this cycle, but if I didn't fumble a couple bags, right? When things were pumping, right? Not holding them long enough or holding bags too long and round tripping, right? It's a couple bags that I wish I could, do over that I fumbled. And this cycle probably would have been way different for me if I, would have did that correctly. But guess what? I learned. I've picked up more valuable information. And if we do go in the bear market, I'm properly prepared for the next bull run. Just off everything that I learned this cycle. This is why when people say like the first cycle you lose money, the second cycle you make a little bit of money, but it's not life changing. And then the third cycle is when, you make life changing gains. I get it now. Because all of the information I know today, I didn't know last cycle. And all of this information I know now, I'm so fucking prepared for, if it's over with, it's over with. I'm not going to say it is what it is. If it goes up from here, let's get it. But if it's over with, I am so fucking prepared. My stomach growling, y'all. Experience is the best teacher. Medic Planet has obtained a 500 million Bitcoin backed credit line and borrow 130 million against his 30,000 Bitcoin holdings valued at. Why would they do that? Well, maybe they know something that's about to happen, right? But like, you know what I mean? It's funny because I don't know if it was at the Patreon or I was making a video, but a car dealership called me. I formerly had got a car from, and they was like, yeah, when you got your car, the interest rates was extremely high. They're down now, so you could get anything off the lot for way, way cheaper. And I'm like, the interest rate's about to go even fucking lower. But it's like, people don't see that. People be like, oh my goodness, their interest rates are low. Let me go get a car. And it's like, bro, I just told my girl this. You know what I mean? She want to go get a new car. She like, yeah, I'm like, just wait a couple months till the interest rates go down even lower. You can get even better deal. Right? I know banks and stuff are already anticipating that the interest rates is going lower because throughout this bear cycle, throughout this bull cycle, what I've personally done is I paid off a lot of debt, right? And I paid up so much debt, right? I paid off so much of my debt, right, that in a way, it's kind of hurting my credit score because I don't have that debt on my credit score to kind of like pay it off to make it go up. It's not there anymore. It's removed. So it's kind of making my credit score go down. And now I got to go open up accounts on my credit to get it like, you know what I'm saying? So that it don't go down. So it's like, the reason I'm saying that is because as I've been paying off debt, like a lot of banks and loan places and car dealerships, they always send me shit in the mail. Like, you qualify this, you qualify for this, you qualify for that, you qualify for this. So I'm thinking in my head, are they anticipating that rates are going to go lower? Because they weren't sending out this mail when we were sitting at 6% and all this high shit. Now they're sending it out. You know what I mean? So like, bruh, what a crazy market, man. What a fucking crazy market. What a run it's been. You know what I mean? But it's the holidays. You know what I mean? Maybe we just bearish because people don't want to care about crypto and shit during the holidays, right? Maybe even people just want to enjoy money, their money with their family. They want to buy things, nobody wants to be holding on to crypto and hoping that it goes. And I know we do, right? Because we're investors, we're serial investors, we're loony because we are in the matrix. Like we're locked into the server right now. Everybody ain't locked into the server, guys. And we got to understand that. That's why it bothers me when people get on crypto Twitter and they be like, oh, buy the dip. Oh, buy the dip. Stop whining and buy the dip. Motherfucker, how they gonna buy the dip? They ain't got no money to buy the dip. We different. We going in the trenches betting 1K, 5K. Regular people will look at us crazy as fuck. Like, dude, you just placed a $5,000 bet on a meme coin and you could possibly lose it all in 5 minutes and you're not tripping? Nah, we ain't tripping, bro. I put up another 5K in that joint, bro. I make 15, 20 real quick. You know what I'm saying? We different. Ain't nobody in real life doing that. They don't even understand that. So like we so locked in that we forget that there's a whole crowd outside of crypto that's just outside of crypto. That's not even in crypto yet. But we think like, oh, everybody should just, buy the dip, and not really paying attention to what's actually happening in real world. That's why I made that video and I'm telling you guys, these YouTubers got to stop doing that shit. They got to tell me, hey, bro, I'm rich as fuck. If you a YouTuber and you got it and you shilling some shit and tell people about it, let people know that, hey, I am not financially stressed. So regardless what happens to my investment, I'm still good in real life. Some people are looking at these videos and being like, I'm going to put it all in this and all in this, but they not even really good in real life. And they putting they hard earned. So like, just, just be reasonable with your community. Just be reasonable with your community, guys. I am so bullish. I'm very, very bullish on artificial intelligence, guys. Make sure y'all go and watch the latest brief video that I did. I'm going to be doing a lot more edited videos and stuff like that for you guys because I'm traveling and I'm having fun traveling. I'm having fun, like going out and doing things and then making a video wherever I'm at. Like I'm having fun doing that. Like being in the office is like, I like, I'm having fun traveling. So I'll probably get back to traveling sometime this week. Yeah, 37 people in here? Damn, I didn't even know. He said you're debt free, Millie. I'm 53 years old now. No more time on my side. I can only feel safe in Bitcoin. Altcoins are too risky for me. Thoughts? I don't think nothing is wrong with that mentality. A lot of people don't understand their risk appetite based on their age. If you're a little bit older, like I'm not as young as some of these fucking DJs, right? I might look young, but I'm a little bit older and wiser than most in crypto. So I understand that, yeah, I can be a bit risky, but I just can't go full in DJ only playing in the casino type of risk. But the young guys, they can do that because they ain't really got nothing to lose or responsibilities. Like at 53, you probably accumulated a great amount of wealth. It's kind of like a person that has $100,000 and they ask me, hey, if you had 100K, would you buy Tensor or would you buy some 1 million, 2 million? Yeah, you could take the risk of buying that. But if you got 100,000, just take the easy 10x with the top 100 or the blue chips, Bitcoin. Like if you got 100, 200K, what the fuck are you doing trying to trade a meme coin or something that's not in the top 100? And I'm saying 100, 200K like in the market, not like, oh, you worth 100, 200K. That's different. Like, yeah, you can play around. But if you know you worth 1 million and you got $100,000 and you putting $100,000 in the meme coins, you should lose all that shit. Cause what's the point? What are you doing that for? Like if you got 100, if you already a millionaire, and you got 100K to play around the market, just buy shit that you know that may not be as rewarding, but it's less volatile and it's less risk. Like, work smart. That's what it's about in crypto. Look for alts with the use case like Zebek and Jasmine. I don't know. I wouldn't even, if somebody had like $1 million and they asked me, hey, Millie, should I put 100K in Jasmine? I would tell them that's very risky. I would tell them that very risky. I would give them a thesis, right, behind the data narrative, because y'all know I'm locked in with that. But I'm not, I don't think if you're a millionaire, like putting 100,000 in Jasmine is still risky. Jasmine still has to prove itself. It still has to prove itself. And it's already had a blunder that caused investors to lose money. So it's still trying to regain the trust. Yeah, I'm very fully aware of how huge the data narrative is going to be, but I also understand the risk and the competition that Jasmine is facing. So then waiting for a bottom. I took profits as well and consolidated my portfolio. Zabek is, I think, is a little bit more, better, right? A little bit more better investment than Jasmine at this point. No, I'm still for my Jasmine fan, but you know, Zabek got a use case that's actually being utilized. I think they just made the news for being like on the top 40 or some shit with the stock market and Solana ETF. So like they're doing a little bit better right now than Jasmine. But then the Jasmine got like the whole Japan behind them when you think about their integrations with Transcosmos, which is the biggest call center out there. It's got a lot of stuff going on. But like we talking about putting 100K into Jasmine, that's a very, very risky investment. I bought 60 million Zabek. It made insane money. Now all house. I'm happy for you. I think a lot of people made money with Zabek. I didn't get in at quite the bottom like you guys, but thank the community for constantly shilling me Zabek, forced me to do research on it. And then when I did research on it, I saw the vision. I saw the vision. I'm still learning. Yeah, everybody broke, bro. He said Jasmine is huge. I'm not, bro. I made a video on how important Junction is going to be for Jasmine. Oh, it changed your name? YouTube changed your name? That's crazy. But like I said, I'm not, it's X Sony, bro. See, this is what I be talking about, WF Capital MGT. Look, listen, bro. Is nothing you can tell me about Jasmine? Hold on. Let me get you straight, bro. Bro. You ain't got to shield me on Jasmine, bro. Because everything you trying to tell me about Jasmine, bruh, I already know that about Jasmine. I don't need you to shield me what I already know about Jasmine. The problem in crypto is no matter our moon thesis, we need to understand the fucking risk. Everybody wants to talk about the bull thesis. When you're bull, I guess it's against the law to have a bear thesis. This is why motherfuckers still holding Elon, and it's probably in the 6s and 5s now for that same reason. Don't be that guy, bruh. Like, have a bull thesis, but be realistic about what you're seeing. Don't be that guy, man. Yeah, you made insane money. Okay. I got into Jasmine at 203. I made insane money. It probably would make sense for me to continue to pump Jasmine and pump my bags. But I'm being realistic and honest and transparent about what I've been seeing from Jasmine the last 6 to 12 months. As a Jasmine holder, I think that's violent. Yeah, you made a lot of money, but then it's like, okay, you made money and now you're trying to pump your bags, bro. But it's just like, that's you know what I mean? Like, Jasmine is huge. Jasmine has a great utility and use case. And I like what Junction can become for Jasmine. But they still need clients. They got partnerships. They got to use these partnerships for clients, right? Now ask yourself this question. Are you using Jasmine to monetize your data? Are you locking your data with Jasmine? Because if you ain't locking your data or monetizing your data on Jasmine, are you truly that bullish on it? You get what I'm saying? Like, the reason why I'm so bullish on BitTensor, because I use shit in BitTensor. This is why I'm bullish on BitTensor. The reason why people are bullish on Zabek is because they use it. They use Zabek and they're like, wow, this works. I don't think we've got to the point where we are seeing enough people talking about using Jasmine. We know people have used it. We know they've used the data for Viot, the secure PCs. They've played around with their data ecosystem. Transcosmos has played around with their data ecosystem. They have partnerships with Panasonic and Toyota. And if they utilize those partnerships correctly, the data aspect could be massive, but they got to use it correctly. All right. So we still need things to happen with the Jasmine. We still need what they say, the jury is still out for Jasmine. Is it money to be made? Of course, it's money to be made in crypto. Most crypto is based off speculation. But I think it's important at this stage of the market, so that our communities don't come in here and have the wrong perception, is to be completely honest and have an understanding of where we're at in this cycle. Right. So, yeah, we made money in Jasmine. You probably got into Jasmine at 203. I think it did like a 20x. Like at the highs of my portfolio with Jasmine, I made like a 18x or something crazy. Right. But since then, it hasn't done anything. I've just been going down. Right. So let's just understand that. Let me run in Jasmine. Took only the 27 trillion year. AOKG, what's the word, baby? I like both tokens. I like Zebek and Jasmine. All right, bro. You reminded me of them Elon people, bro. You giving me a headache early this morning, bro. And I'm not even trying to do this to my fellow Jasmine community member. But, bro, y'all throw me off sometimes, though. That's why I don't do live streams, man. I don't see it, man. When people make comments like this, it's the least risky play in crypto. That's really insane, bro. That don't even make sense, bro. How can you can't really, bro? Ain't nobody that been in crypto for 3 years. They gonna look at your ass crazy as hell if you say that. Oh, Jasmine is the least. You can't even look at a chart like this, bro. You can't look at a chart like this. And don't get me wrong, I am a Jasmine stand to this day. It's on one of the only cryptos, the few cryptos that I hold at this point, that I still hold. But in no world are you going to tell anybody that got a mind, that understand crypto, and look at this chart and be like, Jasmine is the most least risky project in crypto. Come on, bro. That shit make us look bad, bro. When people say that, just make us look bad, bro. That's why people be like not taking Jasmine serious, because bro, why you think I had to stop the whole Jasmine to $1 thing? Because I realized that was just a bad look. Sometimes we gotta wake up and smell the coffee. Like, we gotta unplug that shit from the back of our head and just keep it all the way real. Ain't no way, fam. You looking at this chart and saying this the most less riskiest play in crypto. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way you really even believe that. Ain't no way you believe that. Chat, am I tripping? I'm a Jasmine holder telling bro this. But am I tripping? Somebody help me out. It's good to see my boy AOKG in here. One of the OGs. One of the OGs, baby. One of the OGs. All right, chat. Where we at with it? Where we at? Hey, did y'all see that shit since Data did, bro? Where is it at? Right here. Did y'all see this? This is crazy. they started with like didn't they start from like a 3K account, bro? This is crazy. Power of BitTensor. This is a data subnet that makes predictions on Bitcoin's price on Polymarket. And this subnet started at like $3,000. It's now in profit, bro. $51,000. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy on almost 6,000 predictions. So think about this. This is why I'm so bullish on AI. Think about this. When somebody sees this, right? If you're rich, if you wealthy and you on your yacht and you tired of just sitting at your computer trading crypto and you see some shit like this, you're going to be like, hey, man, I'm just about to use this. Shit, why I need to trade crypto when I can just use AI? I think a lot of people are starting to think like, when I can use AI. Bam. Now what does AI need? It needs electricity. We need more GPUs. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just an easy trade. But this is crazy, right? That this subnet 50, by the way, was able to make like 51,000 in profits based off their artificial intelligence data predictor. That's just crazy. I don't know. What do you think is going to happen when they start doing buybacks with this? If they start doing buybacks with this, it's like that subnet could possibly fly. Yeah, that's crazy, chat. Man, I don't want people to get up here and think I'm bullish on. I really don't want people to get up here and think I'm bullish on Jasmine, because I'm not bullish on Jasmine. Like, I made a in-depth video on how Junction could benefit Jasmine and the Jasmine price, and it makes sense when you think about people, right, utilizing Junction, right, and utilizing Junction to rent out GPU power or lock their data or monetize their data, right? Every transaction fee within Junction requires a bit of Jasmine. So for example, you go into Junction, you can't do anything in Junction without having Jasmine. So there is the use case and utility for Jasmine, right? I think I looked at something that said if Jasmine had like the same what's it called? Activity, or as I forgot which fucking project it was, but it said if it had the same activity as some project, right, it'd be like 50 million in fees within like 3 to 6 months, right? Which would be crazy for the Jasmine ecosystem, because 50% of the fee goes to buybacks, and I believe like 50% of the fee goes to burns, right? So that helps prop up the Jasmine price. And in order to actually use anything within Junction, let's say you want to rent out that GPU, there's going to be a transaction fee in Jasmine, but you need Junction, which JCT, ticker JCT, to actually purchase that, you know what I'm saying, make that purchase of GPU, right? So you make the purchase with the JCT, the transaction uses Jasmine for the fees. Hopefully y'all can understand that. So this is why when I made that video, I don't think people understood what I was saying, right? Like, this is why Jasmine, you know what I'm saying, is in position to do well, because it has a utility and a use case. That is why. So at the end of the day, I think that there's a good chance, if it becomes adopted and a whole bunch of people and institutions start using it, now we're talking about 10 billion, 20 billion, 30 billion, $50 billion market cap, which would have it at $1, if that makes sense. So I have a bull case, but I think people need to understand how we get there. Because you can't say, oh, Jasmine's going here, and you can't tell. And I say, well, how do you think Jasmine is going to get there? You can't even tell me how Jasmine gets there. Now I got to be like, what the fuck you talking about, bro? You can't even, if I say, hey, but you bullish on Jasmine, you got all that. Well, how does Jasmine make it to $1? Give me a thesis. Most people can't give you a thesis, right? So this goes back to like data for refinery, GPU power, electricity for AI. It all is hand in hand. Prediction markets, data, artificial intelligence, all that shit is hand in hand. I've been waiting for you to stream. Ah, man, I've been traveling, bro. I have been traveling. Nearly 50-day second candle. Will it confirm this week? 50 week. It's the 50 week moving average, not the 50 day. It's the 50 week. Bro, same people running me took so many time. Bro, I've been traveling, bro. I haven't had much time to stream because I've been traveling. You want some AI stocks and some TAL tokens? You can get some TAL tokens right now, bro. All you got to do is sign up. All you got to do is sign up and get your account approved. It's no code, no nothing. Bitcast Bitcast really then throw it through every content creator assist that has a monetized channel. Of course, you got to have a monetized channel because you can't get accepted through Bitcast without a monetized channel because you only make your TAL based off the premium watchers. So it doesn't matter if a regular person on YouTube watches your video. You only can earn TAL off premium watches. This is why Big Tensor works, right? Because the miners deliver content and the validators decide how the quality of that content. So the higher the quality of your content, the more TAL you can earn, right? Because the higher your quality, the more likely you're going to have premium watchers watch your channel. So that's why you see me with the edits and doing all of the stuff that I've been doing, right? And I'm going to continue to do that because, frankly, I love traveling, and nothing comes from just like being stressed out about the market. Sometimes it's good to disconnect, go out and do some things, get that motivation, get that engine back going, right? You find that sense of purpose, and then lock the fuck in. Just like that. And that's what I was doing. Streaming for... You know what's funny is that a lot of people, all the people that was kind of pressing me to drop that coin, where are they? You see that? That's why I'm happy I ain't dropped that shit, bro. Because that shit could have been all bad. It would kind of tarnish my reputation even more. Chat, what we on, bro? Is y'all still here? Is y'all still buying? Is y'all still selling? Is y'all still frying? Is y'all still whining? Is y'all still crying, gang? Is y'all still buying? Is y'all still trying, gang? Huh? Let me know. Chat, should I just start being super bullish and start pumping my bags? All right, chat, let me ask y'all a question. If I had my own coffee brand, would y'all buy it? Like if I started like marketing a coffee brand, right? If I like started a coffee company, started a coffee brand, would y'all support that? I'm trying to think about something to invest into. I'm trying to think about a business. I've been building things. I want to show y'all something that I've been building but I'm scared people are going to try to like steal my idea. So I'm not going to share it, but I have been building some things. Building, playing around with AI and building some things. I'm a day one, not going anywhere. Yeah, all in ONG. That's what I like to hear, baby. Let's get it. Salute, chat. Salute. There's nothing to talk about this crypto. Boy, that man ain't lying. He is telling the truth. Salute to Purity Zaza 9262. There's nothing to talk about, bro. That's why I haven't been streaming. It's nothing to talk about because everybody's looking at the same thing. They look at the 50 week. So I'm not, I think the market does the opposite. Since everybody is focusing on that candle on Sunday to close below the 52 week and confirm the bear market thesis based off the historic cycle. That's what everybody's looking for. Everybody's looking for a reason to sell their crypto right now. And usually when that happens, we see a squeeze. We see a fucking hate rally. We see a rally that gets everybody on the wrong half, on the wrong side of the trade. And then as we get to that environment or that moving average, right? And everybody gets FOMO again, they usually pull the rug on the retest. So I think the important thing to pay attention to is the 50-week retest, and if we're able to break that and turn it from resistance into support, we'll have to see if it stays resistance or it stays support. If it turns into resistance or it stays support. But we haven't got to that point yet. And frankly, weekly charting takes a month to play out. So anytime you're looking at the weekly chart, you need to understand you're looking at a monthly time frame, right? If you're looking at the daily chart, remember it takes a week or 2 weeks for that to play out, right? Every time you're looking at a shorter time frame, it takes the longer time frame to play out, right? You don't want to make a impulse decision based off something you see on the weekly, because that can easily change throughout the week. So just be a little bit cautious. But there's nothing wrong with being an opportunist, because some would argue that the fundamentals would not change. Some would argue we got massive catalysts coming. Some would argue that we haven't broke the 200. Just like all this extra shit. There's always a bull and bear thesis. But it's gonna be like that moment, Marshalls. Well, yeah, you can. It's not gonna be already mixed for you, but yeah, you can add whatever you want to add to it. But I was thinking about that. I was thinking about starting a little coffee brand, something a little, simple that everybody likes. I mean, I like coffee, drink coffee daily. I had McDonald's coffee today. Sometimes I make my own coffee. Sometimes I get Starbucks. Sometimes I go to like Americano. You feel me? I might go to like one of those bougie coffee places. But I don't know. It's looking at different things to invest. Yeah, there's been on the chain, but now it's like I play more infinite. Hey, appreciate that, bro. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of editing. I got some shit coming. I got some more shit coming. But I gotta I'm stacking up my stock media, and when I travel, I make sure I like do some content. So even the content that I've been traveling with lately, I still haven't released a lot of it. So we'll be using a little bit of that content within the edits to bring the edits to life, and hopefully I can get the time to start meeting up with some Bitensor people, going out to conventions and stuff like that. I'm really working to create that financial freedom where I can just freely travel and not miss out on these opportunities to network, because that's really how you increase your net worth. You got to be able to network, man. You got to be able to put yourself in front of the right people, and that's just my mindset as of late. So just what I've been thinking of. Chat, how y'all doing? Wake the fuck up! Wake the fuck up! Y'all too quiet. Y'all too quiet, man. Y'all too quiet. Wake up, chat. Hold on, man. I gotta play some. What I need to play some motivation for y'all or something? Wake up, chat. Hold on, let me get y'all some motivation, man. Let me get y'all some motivation, bro. Because y'all too quiet, bro. We need some motivation for the chat, bro. It's early. It's 2 for Tuesday, double up day. You feel me? This is where you double up your trade. Where you put the feet to the pedal, bro. Let me get some motivation for y'all. We gotta play some music or something. Y'all gotta wake up. Y'all might need to get y'all coffee. Go get you a hash brown. You know what I'm saying? Wake the fuck up. All the OGs in trap, wake up. Oh, we got that Jasmine up in here. Jasmine gang, y'all turned up today. Hold on, let me look at the Jasmine chart. Is something happening that I don't know? I ain't never see the Jasmine gang. Y'all turned up today. All right. My girl called me while I was streaming. I had to just turn on the phone so she can hear that I'm streaming, bro. Cause okay, I see, bro. I see why y'all making a lot of noise. I see why now. Y'all need to pump y'all bags a little bit. Daily. Jasmine is still bearish, bro. But Jasmine is still bearish, bro. It's still bearish. Yeah, it has support right here, and it's trying to hold this little last bit of support, and then you got this little structure here, which is around 204, which it wicked down to when we had that October crash. It's also ultimate. It's under the ultimate RSI, and I guarantee you won't be seeing any buy signals because it's below the moving averages. So technically, right now, Jasmine is really, really, really bearish, guys. Really, really bearish. Altcoins are bearish, period. Right, until, you know, as long as Bitcoin continues to put bear market vibes out there, you know, we are extremely oversold on Jasmine. So, like, if you're buying now, there could be opportunity, but you gotta understand you're risking catching a falling knife, just because the fundamentals are have not changed, but they're like, things are weak. Liquidity is weak. Japan is going through a liquidity crisis. They're trying to print money. Normally, when they're printing money, that means something's wrong, something's broken, and it can continue to fall until that liquidity eventually comes into the market. Just because Japan is printing doesn't mean that liquidity is just going to run into Jasmine or run into crypto. It just does not work like that. Jasmine is in a downtrend, and until it really gets above these moving averages, it's really nothing to talk about, right? Jasmine needs to get back into the 1 penny zone, or to me, it just doesn't look good, right? It's really, really nothing to talk about here. So I'm going to take this chart off, because the more I talk about this chart, the more bearish it looks. Time to take that chart off. Oh, bro, you can. I mean, you can lock in, bro, as long as you got your channel monetized. All right, so for anybody that got a monetized channel, actually, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Monetize. All right, let me log out so I can show you what I'm talking about. AOKG. So yeah, bro. All right, I'm not gonna log in because, you know what I'm saying, I don't want y'all to see the, you know what I'm saying, earning, you know what I'm saying, pocket watching, I don't fucking be pocket watching me, dog, you know what I'm saying, but I will show you something. All right, so if you got a monetized channel and crypto channel, it has to be a monetized crypto channel, right? And you know that you got the damn, they out here on showing new M&S news. You know, prayers up for whoever going through that accident. UK seafood inflation. There's a whole bunch of news happening at the bottom of my screen. I forgot that I had my news API integrated, and I'll be just cooking. I just be cooking. All right, so anybody that's in the Bitensor ecosystem with a monetized YouTube channel that talks about crypto is, you know, doing themselves disjustice, because, guys, when you go and you scroll on fucking Facebook and you go purchase something on Amazon, or maybe you on Twitter all fucking day talking about crypto and being bullish or like a fucking moon boy, or maybe you just on ESPN and betting, sports betting, whatever, all of that data is being poached for artificial intelligence and entities to be able to better understand you as a consumer. So anything you do today, you are contributing to the AI economy. You are contributing to it for free, gang. For free. They are doing that for free. What Bitensor does is it incentivizes artificial intelligence, right? So if you want to be a part of the AI boom, the AI economy, it doesn't have to be Bitcast. It could be simply renting out your GPU. Maybe you create a miner for that. Maybe you want to get into simply making predictions and betting if Bittensor's candle is going to be red or green. Maybe you're into stuff like artificial intelligence characters, Dippy, and I could just go on and on about the subnets. But the point is, right? This is the point. The point is, find a subnet and do something with it, whether it's mining or just holding alpha. Because if you hold alpha, you earn APY, right? Depending on how, you know, how popular or you know, how much activity the subnet has. But this is the thing. This is the thing, right? Every day you do something, you're contributing to the AI economy, and you're not being incentivized. So if you in BitTensor, if you hold crypto, whatever you do, you might as well do something within BitTensor, because now for your data you can get incentivized. Me personally, I chose Bitcast, and it's a couple of the other ones that I'm interested in. But you can just simply, as a creator, go here to creator.bitcast network, register your fucking channel, and start making content. If you don't want to do YouTube, they have X now, and you can do it on X. So it's really, really that simple. It's really, really that simple. And there's other subnets that do all type of things, right? You can get into prediction markets. You can build an AI agent, whatever. If you're into data, they have data subnets, right? But I talk about this all the time, guys, because you can use some of these things and, you know, put yourself in a position to earn tau. What's going on, Millie from Toronto, Canada? I thought you was from the islands when you said, well, go on, Millie. I thought you was from the yard. What yard you from? I think everybody stock real crash in Bitcoin and crypto through the roofs. I think everything stock real estate with crash. Pepe coin. No, not positive yet in the post chain, but from the blockchain. Yeah. That's the thing, bro. You want to be part of a ecosystem that's gonna. Pepe, bro, you asking me about all meme coins? Okay, you from Jamaica, all right. Oh, my bad. I was just thinking about Southside shit. Yeah, I'm sitting. You got me sitting here, Southside landlord, and just thinking like, bro, ain't no fucking way this man's still over here asking me about Doja Lawnmowers. Ain't no way. And I've been trying, Southside, I've been trying to sit here and think about how to respond to you, bro, without being a dick. And not just to like you personally, but just to like that community. And I'm sitting here thinking like, ain't no way. Like meme coins like that, just wait for altcoin season. Have you not learned in QT, until things change with the liquidity, have you not learned? Have you not been entertained? Bruh, y'all kill me, bro. I know you want me to sit here. I know what you're trying to do, Southside. You trying to rage bait me. Bro. But I'm not gonna entertain you today. I'm not gonna rage bait and I know that's what y'all want. Y'all want a Millie rage bait sector of the live. It's not gonna happen, bro. Bro try to rage bait me, gang. He tried to rage bait me. All right, but I'm not even gonna pull up that chart, bro. I promise you I'm not. Monad. Have y'all been trenching on Monad yet? Have anybody tried buying any meme coins on Monad? Also, there's been a couple of creators. I think the co-founder of Base dropped a meme coin. So I shared it in the Patreon the exact day that it happened. So I figured I'll show you guys right here. Let's go to Base Chain. If you don't know, I think there's something to pay attention to because this is the co-founder of Base, right? And let me see if I can find his token here, which is Jesse. And it's sitting here at a $9 million market cap. But y'all see how I got my everything set up on my KOL scan. Oh yeah. I'm waiting for this to bottom out. I think that this is going to bounce huge. Like, this is like, guys, this is the co-founder or basis personal. I believe it's a creator coin through Zora. So this is his personal creator coin through Zora. And again, guys, like, set you up a nice, good Twitter tracker. I'm following like 500 of smart accounts. We got so much smart accounts that we're following, man. We don't miss out on no opportunity in crypto. And this is how you know what the cabal is about to buy, right? Because you could, you know, the cabal can't hide anything from me, because I know who, you know, I know the main mother, you know what I'm saying, that's running these cabals. And what do? They all buy around the same time. It's the same names, the same wallets, the same tokens. They try to make new wallets, but they, you know, they all connected because it's the blockchain. All right, so what I'm looking at here is Jesse token, and I'm just waiting for it to kindly put in a floor. This is what I'm talking about. So this is a perfect example of what the fuck I'm talking about, right? And let me help you guys out, because I know a lot of people don't get it when I say on the next move to the retest that there will be some opportunity. So hypothetically speaking, I'm looking at this token. I got it starred. It's on my map. Millie, why are you looking at this token? Because I'm waiting for it to bottom. I'm waiting for it to bottom. Once the token bottoms, excuse me, I thought I had that set up. There we go. This is Jesse's token, sitting at a $9 million market cap. All right, so let me go back because I thought I had my screen pull up, but I didn't. Thank you for letting me know. This is GMGN. I track 500 wallets on each chain of the best of the best. And I'm always in the know with who's buying who. So Alex Becker, don't matter who you talking about, KOL, I probably got their wallet, or their side wallet. And I sit all day and I just track KOLs and wallets, right? Why do you do that, Millie? So I can have the upper hand on the cabal. Well, not on the cabal. You can't never have the upper hand on that, but on retail and exchanges, because you know when did the cabal and all them dudes start buying. But no, this is what I'm saying. This is Jesse at a $9 million market cap. Now, remember when I said earlier we're waiting for Bitcoin, we're waiting for BTC to put in this move here. We're waiting for BTC to put in this move here where it finds a bottom. All right, where it finds the bottom, and then it goes up for the retest to this area. The point of what I'm making is, and I draw ugly, this little retest move that we could possibly get, I don't know when it's going to happen, this week, next week, the week after, who knows, December, I don't fucking care. The point is, historically, once we break it, we always go for the retest. Now, will we break the retest? We don't know. But the point is, on the retest, once everybody get more moon boyish and bullish again, there's going to be specific coins that run. And this specific coin has my eye, similar to what we've seen from Pump's token, right? Pump's token just drop. As soon as the market started going back up after the correction, pumped. I think there's a good chance that this Jesse token does the same thing. I don't think that Jesse is going to just let this fail. He's the co-founder of Base. So what I'm looking for is for Jesse token to start putting in a floor. Just start putting it on the floor for me. Just go sideways for a little bit. Right, go sideways for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And when the market starts to show strength, right, when Bitcoin goes to the retest, when the total market starts to go up, I expect a token like this one, which everybody is watching, all of the cabal, waiting for retail to get rinsed out and all of the early buyers to get rinsed out. Once this shit bottoms, I've seen this shit so many times, what happens is you'll see a whole bunch of these KOLs and smart wallets and creators, they'll start putting in buys when they feel like it's a bottom, just like you've seen right here. People thought this was the bottom. You see this little string of KOL buys. The same thing will happen here. And you probably will see a nice, good candle to the upside, right? To the upside. So this is something that I'm paying attention to. Jesse's token on Base. Whenever Bitcoin and the market goes for the retest, there's going to be coins that run. Usually they're AI coins, meme coins, and in this scenario, it could be privacy. Who knows? But this is just from studying the market over time. So it's like, cool. While all of these people rush to buy Jesse token, I don't think it's not because I didn't buy it because I don't like it. I put out the post on Patreon, and I told people it's high risk. I'm waiting for the floor to be set and the market to reset and go for the retest or the next leg up. regardless of which one it does, it's going to create hype and FOMO in the market. And coins like this with low liquidity, but a lot of hype behind it, like Jesse's token, most likely will bounce with the market. The same could be said for George's token. If you're following George's token, right? Maybe you are, maybe you're not a Jesse fan. Maybe you're a crypto RS fan, right? You might be looking at Clash token. I think Clash is another token that I would pay attention to. It's sitting here at a $30 million market cap. And you can see here, let's go out to a longer time frame. You can see here kind of like just had that bounce and it's just put in this floor. I want to actually put this chart and show you guys what I'm talking about with these creator tokens. So you can see how it's kind of like, bam, it's put in that. Now look at the chart. Look at what I'm showing you guys, right? You see how the KOLs come in when they think they got a floor. It's literally that easy, chat. All the KOLs right now are looking at George like, okay, this is the floor. Anybody that does technical analysis can clearly see the support, can clearly see the 618 to 786 from the pop. And most likely, what do these coins do? If they're strong coins, they hold the 618 as support. Clear as fucking day. So what I'm doing, I don't have to hold and for dear life. I don't have to hold and get fucking wrecked for people that's been holding and getting wrecked. I can just wait for FOMO and the momentum to change and jump into stuff that has hype and has a face in crypto behind it. Easy trade for me. I'm watching the floor being built. I'm paying attention to the floor. I'm paying attention to the greater market, and I'm waiting for the market to put in that correction or that false rally, or maybe it's real rally. Who gives a fuck? Point is, there's going to be opportunity with these coins during that rally. Now, if you don't take profits, that's on you. If you ain't understand that people don't hold these days and you want to still have that old mentality, man, that's on you. Don't put me in the same shit. I ain't doing what you doing. You do what you do. I'm showing you what I do. All right? So you do what you do. Man, all y'all in the chat, bro, I wish I can go back to that video. I removed that video. When I can go back to the comments and see all the people that was like, oh, he sold his Elon too early, all that shit y'all said. Best decision I made in my life. Actually, a life-changing decision. He said, dope to see I'm still around. Where did I go at, bro? Is when I take off a few days, y'all think I just left? What up, Orche Ace? What's up, Ace Crip? Oh, it's too the bro. I ain't go nowhere, bro. Maybe the algorithm just wasn't fucking with me. I don't know. Okay, I shared the screen. So hopefully that makes sense for people, right? The ability to identify when the market sentiment changes and taking advantage of the narratives within the rallies. That has been how you make money in cryptocurrency. It hasn't been diamond hand. Glad you trust yourself and didn't drop on pump. Realist comment. Realist comment, bro. Realist comment. Realist comment, bro. Realist comment. Realist comment, G Money. Man, I bought that for Turo. I didn't buy that for me. What you thought that was for me? Bro, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I bought that shit to make money, right? But we only doing 6.2s and up, baby. You feel me? But yeah, that's bro, I bought that to put on Turo to start me a Turo business. And I don't know if I don't even know if I'm going to even, so the plan was, right, I was going to create like a supercar rental business on Turo, but I don't even know if I want to do it, right? I've been watching YouTube videos of people that have supercar rental businesses on Turo, and it's just been absolutely terrible for them, right? Because people ain't gonna drive your car like how you want them to drive it, right? And you know what I'm saying? They fuck up my shit. I don't care. Turo gonna have to pay me. Like all my shit paid for, bro. I don't do notes or nothing. I buy straight cash, right? So like I was my goal was to start a Turo business, right? I'm like, all right, crypto is cool, but I need to like start another business. So I bought the car originally just to put it on Turo, but you know what I mean? I don't know. I might just turn it in. I might just turn it back in, and well, not turn it back in because I got the title, I own the car, but I might just trade it in and then go get something like a Corvette or something. I don't know. So I'm out there like the goal is to. So I'm about to get an EV car. I don't know what EV car I'm gonna get, but I'm about to get an economy car. I'm also gonna put that on Turo. So I'm gonna have the economy car. I'm gonna have the sports car, and I still got my everyday driver. You feel me? I don't even fucking drive that car. The only time y'all see me in the car is when I'm doing content. I don't even really drive it because every time I drive it, somebody want to race. But I bought that to put that on Turo. Then I don't know. I'm probably just gonna get like a Corvette or something. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'll figure it out though. Then my YouTube down, then gave me back a year. That's the address I can afford. Well, yeah, that's what I just said that. Maybe the comment just came in late, but I'm about to grab me an EV. So I'll be grabbing me. I don't know when I'm gonna grab it, but I'm about to grab an EV. I'm either gonna get the EV or I'm gonna get like the Buick Arista. It's like the Walmart version of the Lambo truck. I don't know. My girl want that car, and she I don't know if she gonna go get it like around tax time, but I told her like, bro, I'll just go get that shit now. I'll just go get it now because I want to put like a little economy car on there, but I want it to be new, have some good screens inside there, right? I want it to make me money, so I plan on putting like the economy car also on Turo. But yeah, I had to take the Camaro off Turo, bro, because motherfuckers be driving crazy, bro. And then you know what I'm saying, you can track, I can track it. I can see what people, how people pressing down my gas pedal and all that shit. I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of driving. I want a Cybertruck, bro. I don't want no cars. Like I figured out last week. I said I don't know what I was watching. I think somebody was talking about wait, what's it called? Wait something. Oh, the little people that come pick the little the cars that come pick you up, the AI cars, weigh something, right? And I was just like, where's my heart at? I mean, my heart is at traveling. Do I really care about I just got something that I just don't even know if I really want. So anybody out there, if you're a person like me, you will find out really, really quick that none of this materialistic shit even matters, right? I still don't. I leave feeling like still unsatisfied. So I don't know, but I'm trying to figure it out, gang. I don't need to cook up content when I'm on the way to 9 to 5 at home. Yeah, bro. I swear to God, what it was is, I missed it. I missed it. My Mustang, and like the way my ears work is anybody who had anything like a V8 or higher, y'all know this, right? You just can't get that sound out your head. Like you be going to sleep and you hear someone turn on their car, you hear that rumble. You down the street and you hear and you're like, bro, I missed that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that was. But now it's like I don't really give a fuck about it. Smart car. Yeah, I'm about to get an EV. But I don't know what I want to get. I looked at the Chevy Blazer EV SS. I think it was the EV SS Chevy Blazer. That looked pretty dope. And then of course the Tesla Model Y. It's going to be a SUV. It's going to be a SUV EV. But I just don't know what I want. glad you trust yourself. Yeah, bro, I'm not finna, bro. Hell nah, bro. I learned my lesson in this market. Like, I am one of the most transparent YouTubers, bro. I learned my lesson in the market. I learned my lesson in the market. Yes, I could have dropped it. And yes, I probably would have made 30K to 100K easily, right? Just off the creator fees, right? But like, bro, it's bigger than yo. I think at sometimes you gotta think like your reputation is bigger than a cash grab, if that makes sense. Like that could have been a good cash grab for me. You know what I mean? And that's what most anybody that does technical analysis, you see them drop a coin, they were pretty much using that as an X liquidity cash grab because they probably looked and said, this looks like could be the end of the market. Let me get one more last cash grab in. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not built like that, right? And I feel like I'm like, I don't want to say like I'm a part of BitTensor or anything like that, but because I don't want nobody to be like, oh, community bullshit, right? I'm not into like the communities fighting over each other type shit that we used to do back in the day with the meme coins. But what I'm telling you is, grab you an ecosystem and just get involved. It doesn't have to, like my boy AOKG, he's post-chain maxi on BitTensor. Some people like Solana in the casino. Some people like Cardano. Some people like AVAX in gaming. The point is just find you an ecosystem and just get involved. Not a specific token, but an ecosystem. See, the beautiful thing about BitTensor is I don't have to focus on Tau specifically. I can go make money with subnets. I don't have to focus on one subnet. I can mine all subnets. I don't have to be like, oh, this subnet is better than this subnet. I could just use all the subnets. So like, just find your ecosystem, get involved. You know what I mean? And put your money in different places because you never know what may happen, right? I got some BitTensor here. I got some BitTensor on my ledger. I got some Tau staked on crypto.com where I'm earning on crypto.com as well. So like in the bear market, if you know you got accessible cash, liquidity, or crypto, make that cash and crypto work for itself. So you can earn more in the bear and make even more when the price starts to go back up. So the reason I didn't drop that coin is because I understood the dynamics of a cash grab, but I didn't understand the dynamics or how it could help you guys, because the market kept telling me this is not an environment that you want to drop a coin in. Well, Millie, how did you know that? Because I have prior experience. I know pros and cons. I've learned from my last experience. And now I build stuff. It's funny, right? I was talking to somebody in crypto and they was like, Millie, why you don't build nothing in crypto? Why are you always building applications, but you build Web 2 applications? Because for me, it's hard for me to see the connection between the crypto and the app. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm building something currently, right? And I was talking to my AI model and I was like, it asked me if it wanted to integrate Solana wallets, right? Or just bring that crypto aspect. It's funny, once you train your AI, it'll start responding to you as if it knows you. So because I've been building so much things and I've, use my AI for like things for J5 and stuff like that, it still has the memory of prior, right? So, you know what I mean? When I was building the app, it asked me if I wanted to like incorporate J5 and Solana wallets and all this extra shit. And the last few apps that I've been building, if I was to monetize them, it would just be Web 2 based, right? Where you can just, log in. If you want to pay a premium or pay for a subscription, you pay like, with your card. You log in, you pay with your card through, whatever. So like, when I see a lot of these developers, and even people have asked me like, Millie, drop a subnet. Like, you got all these ideas, put a subnet behind it, right? I'm trying to get the confidence, but I don't see the end game. Never it's kind of like Doctor Strange, right? The more I think about the solutions in the end game, the final like play, it always ends up like bad, right? It's never nothing good. And then I see some of these good products, whether it be Solana, the ICM narrative, like these are really, really good businesses and really, really good use cases and really, really good utilities. But every time they put a coin behind it, the shit just go to zero. The shit go to zero, and it's exhausting. So, what I tell people is, if you got a good idea, you know how to vibe code, like just don't be a rush. Don't be in a rush to put a coin behind it, man. Build you something that works, that people use, that can generate revenue, real revenue. And then if you can scale it globally, just maybe then, but think about it. Polymarket, they figured it out. Polymarket was one of the Web3 that built like kind of like a Web2 app, but well, they don't really want to put crypto behind it. Not yet. Maybe they do in the future. But think about those apps that don't have crypto coins, but are like really, really, really good apps. If they would have dropped a coin behind it, it could have like fucked up everything, right? I don't know if you guys watched the TV show by Hello, called Killer Whales. I don't know if you guys watched that. You need to watch that show, because when you let me see if I can actually find it for you guys. When it's like Shark Tank, but for like crypto. It's called Killer Whales. When you watch that show, it kind of opened my eyes, right? Because most people like karate combat. I don't know if you guys ever heard of karate combat, but they kind of like put together UFC events, right? Great fucking platform, great utility, but the coin is fucking worthless. And when they was on there, right? They was on Killer Whales, right, guys? Like, if you're into crypto, go check out this show. But they were on Killer Whales, right? And everybody liked karate. All the judges liked karate. But they can understand. He was like, bro, this would have been a great platform, but you messed up when you added a crypto coin behind it. So like, there's so much good stuff out there that gets messed up when you put a coin behind it, man. And it's not because crypto is a scam. It's just because it's so money. I don't know what it is. It's so many cryptos, and you just gotta really, really put your shit in front of the right people. But yeah, go watch the show, man, because like it was crazy. Cause I like karate. But when Mario got up there and he was like asking him about why did you put a coin behind this? Like, and then the guy he was like, I would be in, because I love the platform. I love what y'all guys are doing with these events in UFC. But I feel like when you put a coin behind it, you fuck it up. So I don't know, guys. Some of these platforms and utilities be having some great ideas, but they don't know how to utilize the coin. They don't know how to make the coin benefit the community. And then it becomes like this huge cash graph and black hole that hurts everybody involved. So I think once crypto figures that out, like how to connect these coins to these really, really good platforms, that's when we truly get adopted. I know Water is trying to do some things like that. But yeah, guys, yeah, check out this right here, Killer Whales. Make sure y'all go watch these episodes, man, because you'll learn a lot on how these millionaires and billionaires view these crypto currency platforms and stuff that actually have coins behind it. I love to see people's perspective on different things. It's like you got to figure out how to get the coin to go up. I think Water is another good one, right? That's another good one. Like the dev is constantly going to why is this right here and this is right here? Anyway, it's in the wrong work. It's in the wrong but this right here, $200,000 market cap, right? This right here is at a $200,000 market cap, but you can see, like, the dev is active. He's working. He has a legit, like, he has a legit product. A legit thesis behind the product, biodegradable plastic, and he literally goes gas station to gas station, put in his bottles, getting his bottles placed in these gas stations, bottles of water. But it acts like, this is great, right? This is great. Like, this, you would think, when you look at this, you would think, like, these motherfuckers got their own water bottles in 7-Elevens. They got websites where people are buying their water bottles. They got utility and use case for if you hold the coin, you this, that. But for some reason, price only go down. So you just got to thug it out, right? It's like, it kind of sucks because they doing all the right thing, but it's just crypto hasn't caught on to it yet. Crypto hasn't caught on. Like, crypto, like, you can have real products in crypto, and then motherfuckers that go buy a frog profile pic. You can have real fucking product, and then people be like, oh, I'd rather buy female Pepe. Like, I don't know why that's like that. It's just like pure speculation, right? It's like, what the fuck? It's like, okay, this is actually like a real company, and the price just keep going down, and I can just go buy some shit coin with a doo-doo stick on it and call it like fart coin or some shit, and everybody buy that. It sucks. But that's where we're at right now. I think things change, though. I think things eventually change, and like we've seen from the stock market, we'll start to get that maturity. I posted that actually on Twitter. I said, everybody always say, Melly, it's too many altcoins. It's too many altcoins. Altcoins won't pump. And the first thing I think about is all the stocks. It's a whole bunch of stocks that we never hear about, but we only hear about the Teslas, the Googles. It's way more fucking stocks like that. And all of them stocks, it's not stopping them stocks from pumping, right? So if you go look at something like the volume profiles of the entire cryptocurrency market, only like the first 1,000, 2,000 coins get volume. Out of all these coins, only like 1,000 or 2,000 are like valid, that actually have volume, throughout the day. The other 1.8 million, all that other shit, besides if they just getting, created, they literally don't have no volume. So the liquidity kind of stays between those coins, and there's thousands and thousands and thousands of coins that just get no volume, and it's probably like that in the stock market. So whenever you hear somebody say like, oh, Millie, it's too many altcoins for altcoins to pump, just think about the stock market and how many stocks there are, and stocks still pump. Stocks are at all-time highs right now. They just continue to go up, only up fucking type of chart. Yeah, they have corrections, they have bear markets, but if you look at 5-year charts, 10-year charts, you see that it's been only going up. So just think about that. All right, I'm about to get up out of here, man. I'm out of here. I'm out. 43 people. Chill guy. It does become a nightmare. You ain't lying about that. You've been trying to configure a tax token, bro. Just do it, man. You've been trying for like years, bro. Just do it. If that's something that's on your heart, just do it. Only two things are gonna happen. You're gonna succeed or you're gonna fail. There's no in between. So like the one thing that stops people from becoming wealthy is risk, right? That's the one thing that separates a really wealthy person from a person that's in the matrix. Risk. Their ability to say, fuck it, I'm gonna just jump off the porch and take that risk. And you never know. Like, you're either gonna succeed or fail. It doesn't matter, because regardless if you succeed or fail, the one thing that's consistent is that you learn. You learn from the experience. So like, go for it. Like, go for it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, But you know, tax token still, you still got to be able to, like, you know, it is what it is. Cinco, what up, baby? Salute to my boy Tanjiro. Salute to my boy Tanjiro, bro. Top 10 anime of all time, Demon Slayer. Salute to my dog. Salute to my dog. Salute to my dog, bro. Salute to my dog. I'm about to order me some new shoes, gang. I got a whole bunch of new clothes that I just got that I haven't even wore yet. I bought all this shit to travel with, and I haven't even wore it. Tanjiro, let's get it. That's my guy. That's my guy, Cinco. All right, we've been going for 2 hours. I talked a lot of gibberish for 2 hours. Guys, go support the brief. It helps the channel out. If you want to know more market insights, I try to make videos in the Patreon exclusively where I'm like, no edits, no nothing. I'm going hard in the paint. I can just like go hard. I still do that on the Patreon. So like whenever you thinking like Millie not gonna notify us if you see something on the chart, the Patreon, no, I'll drop video on Patreon real quick. I do a video on YouTube. I'll be in the Patreon. So like if you're interested in exclusive content and you want to know what I'm thinking in real time, join the Patreon. Yeah, he's legit, right, Cinco? I forgot you was an anime guy. That's another day inside the market, bro. It's only 9 o'clock. That's crazy. We done? I don't know. It was good. Yeah, for sure. All right, guys, I'm gonna get up out of here. I appreciate everybody that turned up with me. We here. Don't trip on the market. I don't know when the bottom is gonna happen. I don't know when the top is gonna happen. I don't know none of that. Right? Only thing we could do is properly prepare for what the data is giving us. What does the data tell us? The data tell us we ain't got no liquidity. Liquidity crunch. But we are hopeful that the Fed is about to start a new direction and turn a new leaf. And when they turn that new leaf, maybe we get an environment that will allow crypto to truly blossom, right? So we'll be paying attention to the PMI to see if we truly get economy expansion above 50. We'll be paying attention to the 50-week moving average on Bitcoin. If it goes for the retest, how it reacts to the retest. We'll be paying attention to the historical data, the TVL. If the TVL continues to fall, the stable coin market cap, and also ETF inflows and outflows. We get more data today. I don't know if that data came out. I think the CPI data did come out, CPI, PPI. So let's actually check that out together since I've been rambling. CPI, PPI. Let's see. Federal government, Stephen Moran says U.S. economy calls for large interest rate cuts. All right. Breaking U.S. PPI came in at 2.6%. Expectations 2.7. So that's slightly lower. Which means that the inflation is coming down a little bit. PPI often leads to CPI and feeds core PCE. If services and core stay soft, it supports earlier Fed cuts and can boost margin goods. Watch energy and trade services detail plus revisions for confirmation. Gotta always watch revisions. They always rise in some. Yeah, soft landing speed run continues and send the whole market vertical already. PPI miss. PPI. Jerome just found another excuse to hover over the rate cut buttons like a DoorDash. Dovish print election season. Markets begging for liquidity equal don't act. Surprise when Bitcoin starts front running the Fed again. Bullish or bearish, whether it's really convenient, that's the real indicator. You know, I don't know if that shit's bullish or bearish. Market makers already loading the pumps. All right, so it looks like a lot of people are looking for bullish reaction to the CPI and the PPI. I mean, to the PPI, we'll just have to see what the data tells us. Let me go check out the CME reports. All right, it's an 80% chance of a rate cut on December 10th. So think about that, guys. QT ending at the beginning of December, and then we got a potential rate cut coming December 10th. So that's two catalysts that's working in our favor. So I think the main thing is looking to see if crypto decides to start making a local bottom and preparing for a rally to the moving average to see if it can either break it through retest or get rejected. So that's pretty much everything that I'm looking at. Hopefully I summed it all up for you guys. Enjoy your Tuesday, and I'll catch you in the next one. It's your boy Crypto Millie. I'm out.